Have you ever felt that feeling of relief, like you've just dodged a bullet? Maybe a relationship ended unexpectedly, a job offer fell through, or a plan you were so sure about suddenly crumbled. It can be confusing and even painful in the moment. You might be left wondering, why did this happen? But what if I told you that sometimes these apparent setbacks are actually divine interventions? What if you didn't just lose something, but you were actually rescued from something? Today, we are going to explore 6 powerful signs that God may have just saved you from a situation that wasn't meant for you. This isn't about regret. It's about recognizing the incredible ways protection shows up in our lives, often in disguise. The first sign is a sudden and unexplainable loss of peace. You were moving forward with a plan, everything seemed to be lining up, but deep down, something felt off. There was this nagging anxiety, a restlessness in your spirit that you just couldn't shake. You tried to ignore it, to push through, but the feeling only grew stronger. This isn't just regular nerves. This is a profound sense of disquiet that seems to come from nowhere. The Bible tells us in Colossians chapter 3 verse 15, "And let the peace of God rule in your hearts." That peace is meant to be our umpire, our guide. When it vanishes, especially concerning a specific person or situation, it's a major red flag. It's a spiritual alarm bell, warning you that you're heading into territory that could harm your spirit or your future. So, when a situation that stole your peace suddenly ends, it's not a failure, it's a rescue. God is restoring your heart to its rightful state of calm, pulling you back to a place of spiritual safety. The second sign is that closed doors open up better opportunities. You were convinced that one specific door was the only way forward. You prayed for it, you worked for it, and then slam it shut right in your face. The disappointment can be crushing. But then, almost out of nowhere, another door opens. And this new door, this new opportunity is better than you could have imagined. It aligns more with your true purpose, it brings healthier relationships, or it leads to growth you never anticipated. This is a classic signature of divine redirection. We often have a limited perspective, like looking through a keyhole. We see only one path, but God sees the entire map. He knows which roads lead to dead ends and which ones lead to a beautiful destination. As it says in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, He has plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. A slammed door is often the sound of Him clearing the path for that much better future. He's not denying you, He's upgrading you. The third sign is the revelation of true character. This one can be painful. You trusted someone completely, a friend, a business partner, or a romantic interest. They seemed perfect, but then, right before you got in deeper, the mask slipped. You suddenly saw a side of them you never knew existed. Dishonesty, manipulation, or a deep-seated unkindness. The timing is crucial here. It's not after years of damage, it's right at the critical moment, just before you committed more of your time, your heart, or your resources. This is not a coincidence. It's a moment of divine clarity. God, in His mercy, pulls back the curtain so you can see the truth before it's too late. The Bible warns us to be wise and discerning. 1 John chapter 1 verse 5 reminds us that God is light, and in Him there is no darkness at all. When He shines His light on a situation, the hidden things are exposed. Seeing someone's true colors before you get entangled is a profound act of protection. It's Him saving you from future heartache and betrayal. Now for our fourth sign, you receive confirmation from unexpected sources. As you're wrestling with a situation, feeling confused, you start hearing the same message from multiple, unrelated places. Maybe a trusted mentor gives you advice that directly speaks to your unease. Then you listen to a sermon that seems written just for you. Then, a verse you read seems to leap off the page, confirming your doubts. These aren't just random occurrences, they are echoes of God's voice, amplified so you can't miss them. In 2 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1, it says, "Every matter must be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses." God often uses this principle to confirm His guidance. When wise counsel, His word, and a quiet leading of your own spirit all line up to say stop or this isn't right, it's time to pay close attention. When the situation then falls apart, you can look back and see the trail of warnings he laid out for you. He was speaking, guiding, and preparing you for the exit. The fifth sign is that the path forward becomes blocked by impossible obstacles. It feels like you're trying to swim against a powerful current. Every step you take forward, you're pushed 3 steps back. Logistical problems pop up out of nowhere. Communication breaks down. What should have been simple becomes incredibly complicated and frustrating. This isn't just a minor challenge to overcome, it's a series of insurmountable roadblocks. It's as if the universe itself is conspiring to stop you. In these moments, it's easy to get frustrated and think you just need to try harder. But sometimes these obstacles are not tests of your perseverance, they are walls of protection. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." When God doesn't want you to walk down a certain path, He can and will make it impossible to do so. He'll establish your steps by redirecting you completely. So if you found yourself fighting a losing battle and were eventually forced to retreat, consider that you weren't defeated. You were sovereignly steered away from danger by a God who loves you enough to get in your way. Finally, the sixth sign is a deep, abiding sense of relief after it's over. In the immediate aftermath of the loss, you might feel a mix of emotions: sadness, confusion, maybe even a little anger. But once the dust settles, what remains is not regret, but a profound and surprising sense of peace and freedom. It feels like a heavy weight has been lifted off your shoulders. You can breathe easier. You feel lighter. This isn't just you trying to convince yourself it was for the best. It is a genuine, spiritual response. It's the feeling of a prisoner being set free. Your spirit knows, even if your mind is still catching up, that you have been rescued. This deep relief is a gift, a confirmation from God that you are now on the right track. Philippians chapter 3 verse 13 encourages us to forget what is behind and strain toward what is ahead. This newfound freedom is your signal to do just that, to look forward with hope, knowing you've been divinely protected and positioned for something far greater. So if you've recently experienced what felt like a loss, but you recognize any of these signs: the loss of peace, the better door opening, the revelation of character, the confirmations, the impossible obstacles, or that final deep sense of relief, I want to encourage you today. You didn't lose, you were rescued. God saw what you could not see and acted on your behalf. Trust in His timing and His wisdom. Remember, Jesus loves you. Your setback was actually a setup for a comeback He has planned all along. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps us see God's hand in our everyday lives. Until next time, walk in peace.